Dear pre-K teacher, thank you for being more than a babysitter or just a childcare worker. I know lots of people treat you like a babysitter, and we are grateful for the babysitters out there, but you are so much more than that. You are an education professional. You're a nurse, a referee, an athlete of sorts, a janitor, a magician, an entertainer, a giant teddy bear, and you are a home away from home every day. You act in loco parentis. You take the role of a parent when the parent is not there. You put your own wellness in front of the children's every single day, and we know that. When they sneeze in your face, and instead of shoving them, you teach them about germs and chicken wings and how to wash their hands and sing so they scrub long enough to get rid of all of the yucky germs. As you're saying a silent hoping prayer that you did not just come down with whatever the virus of the month is. You are on the front lines every day in a major way. Everyone's talking about the teacher shortage and how teachers deserve more. And I know sometimes it feels like you, as preschool teachers, get left out of the conversation. When COVID happened, there were so many of you still reporting to work every single day, wondering how you were going to teach small children how to talk properly if they couldn't even see your mouth and know how to make the sounds and the shapes properly, or how they would know that you were smiling at them. You were wondering how you were supposed to help them learn how to be a good friend while social distancing, when preschoolers could not care less about social distancing, and a lot of them were touching each other's masks and even trading masks. You were still going to school every single day to take care of children so essential workers could report for duty. And it seemed like nobody was acknowledging that you were perhaps the most essential of all, because nobody else would be able to report for duty if their children did not have a safe place to go. You were putting your own health and your families on the line as well. I saw you then, I see you now. I acknowledge you and I thank you. I thank you for all the times you've told a parent that they're doing a good job when they were at their wits' end. And I thank you for all the ways you've comforted parents and let them know that their child is still loved and wanted, even though they're having some rough patches in class. I thank you for all the little noses you've wiped, the hands you've washed, the hair you've brushed, the bottoms you've cleaned, and the toys you've fixed, all while teaching a curriculum. You still somehow manage to help students learn letters and sounds, colors and shapes, and develop a love of learning. You help children have better emotional regulation skills than some of the families they're coming from. You do that every single day. You see where kids are coming from, all the ups and the downs, and you help them to forge their own path. You help set their trajectory. You teach children concepts when their attention span is only like 1 to 6 minutes long, depending on their age and the day and the phase of the moon and who's sitting beside them and if they're itchy or not. You're able to keep their attention and actually teach them. You are brilliant, and you're kind and you're patient, and you treat tiny children with love and respect. Thank you for every time a child had a potty accident and came to you sad or embarrassed or ashamed, and you said, accidents happen, or it's okay. Sometimes grown-ups have accidents too. And you watched in real time as their frown turned upside down. You could have completely shamed and scolded them, but you decided to comfort them instead. Thank you. And I know this is a little lengthy, it's going on, but you know what else is lengthy? The time between circle time and nap time. The time where you're waiting for the last four kids to get picked up at the end of the day. The stretch between Martin Luther King Day and spring break. Nap time when your special friends won't fall asleep, but they also won't play or work quietly so that you don't have to worry they're going to wake up the other students and you can get some work done. That is lengthy. Oh, and so is the time when the licensing inspector is touring your facility and checking everything. Also very lengthy. If no one else tells you how amazing you are, let me be the one to tell you that I think you are an underrated pillar in society. Whether you've worked as a pre-K teacher for 3 months or 3 decades, thank you for all the ways you've positively impacted small children and their families. The ripple effect you have is one I'm sure you can't even imagine. Children go home and play school because of you. Children start liking books because of their time with you. Parents can relax because of you. You are a singer, a songwriter, a game master, an artist, a puppeteer, a coach, a librarian, a crossing guard, and a record keeper. You also have to become a little bit of a mind reader to stay 3 steps ahead of the children and sometimes the parents too. You facilitate fun for children and make sure they stay safe. And just making sure they stay safe is so hard. Preschoolers invent ways, creative ways to put themselves in danger, ways we can't even think of. And you're in charge of groups of them, sometimes more than 20 when groups combine and you do special events. Have you ever gotten nervous because you went home or somewhere in public and the outlets, the electrical outlets, were not covered? The safety goggles, they stay on all the time. It goes with you. I know that you could walk into just about any public place and instantly spot like 4 hazards. You have to, because when you're at school, if little Kevin or Carly hurts themselves, you have their families to answer to. And they don't really want to hear all the times you asked them not to do whatever they were doing or the precautions you took. They just are probably going to be upset that their little one is hurt. But I see that you are trying your best. It's really hard when your job is to care for and teach and protect and entertain the most precious of all things in someone's lives. You take care of people's most special, precious, delicate pride and joy. You cradle their heart in your hands. You are so important and so necessary. And I know it's exhausting. I wish there was more funding, more money. I wish that you were more invested in financially. You don't even get paid what public school teachers get paid. And insurance, what insurance? Not for a lot of you. It's physically draining, mentally demanding, socially exhausting, and sometimes even degrading when families or your admin or inspectors talk down to you like you're not the one basically holding the operation together by your presence and your willingness and ability to smile through a head cold. But I thank you. You are so necessary. And I know those babies are so happy that you show up every day. And I hope you keep showing up as long as it feels good for you, as long as you aren't getting run down beyond the repair that a good night's sleep or a weekend off can provide you. I hope the little I love yous and I missed yous and you're the best keep you going. I hope you hold a hand at nap time that reminds you how important you are to these little ones, because at the end of the day, I know that's what keeps you going. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.